Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with an exciting video about uh, trading, a trading strategy that is good for morning traders who want to complete their trade within first 30 minutes of the after the open, that is 9:30 a.m. to 45 minutes, 10:15 a.m. in the morning Eastern time. So within this time, you can find out an entry and exit on your trade, and you can have rest of the day for your full-time job that you might be working on. So let's start the video. In this video, I'm just using these three indicators. The first is pivot point, EMA, and QQE mod. We'll go ahead and see the settings of the indicators. The first indicator is pivot. If you just type in pivot and search, you can see that pivot points standard. Okay, so this is a standard indicator. Just add it, and let's go to the settings. I just need let's go to styles and inputs. So in inputs, I just need this P point, that is the pivot point. It is calculated based on the previous day's high, low, and the time where the portion where the price where the stock has spent most of its time on the previous day. So based on that it is calculated, but the calculation is not at all required for us. This just consider this as a pivot point. Pivot point means this will be a kind of a turning point. If the stock goes above this point during the trading sessions, consider it as a bullish turn, and if the stock goes below this turning point, consider it as a bearish signal. Okay, I will just remove all these S1 and R1, that is support and resistances. I'll just strike out, but if you still want to keep them to see what is a strike, to see what is a support and resistance for that particular stock, you may keep the supports in green and resistances in red. You can just change the color from here. So this is my setup for pivot point. Let's go to the EMA. I have kept 13 EMA, and everything else is the default setting. Then QQE mod is a lower part of the screen. This is again a default setting. So the idea is, in the morning, the first two conditions, as soon as the stock goes below the pivot point, okay, we have to validate whether my QQE mod is also trading below the zero line. It can be red histograms or blue histograms, but histograms should fall below the zero line. This is another condition. Okay, and the third condition is obviously the stock should be below the EMA 13 line. EMA 13, this is my EMA 13. So all these three conditions met, we will enter into a trade. But there is one more thing to consider. Try to enter your trade as near as the EMA line possible, means as close to the EMA line as possible. For example, if you see, this is the start of my day today. Today is 6th December 2023 at 9:30 a.m. If you see here, you can see the time. Okay, and the stock opened above the pivot point, above the EMA line, but it was giving me continuously red candles. So I'll just wait for the stock if it can cross the pivot point. Okay, so pivot point is crossed here at 10 a.m. if you see, but again, as the right away I will not enter into the call. There will be a little bit pullback. Since this was a quite a big candle, there will be a little bit pullback, and it can go and touch, or at least go near to the, for example, this particular candle. Even if you enter here, it will go near to the EMA 13 line. So if you see, we went quite close to the EMA 13 line. EMA 13 was at 371.90 for the Microsoft, and we went quite close. We went till like 371.50. So if you enter your put, so these are all conditions for a put. Since my histogram is below, I am below the pivot point is already broken, I am below it. So you can enter your trade, a put trade over here. And if you see, if you enter the put trade here, you get a quite good amount of profit till 369. So 371.5 till 369 on Microsoft. It's better to use this strategy for like 2 or 3 stocks only. Don't do means since you are a daily morning trader, you can just check 2 or 3 stocks. My stocks for this kind of trade are Microsoft and Apple, Tesla. So these stocks, they have quite high amount of movement during the day. Sorry, they have these 3 stocks have quite high amount of movement during the day: Microsoft, Tesla, Apple. Okay, so any one of these. Let's see more examples. This was an example of a put side today at it gave me an entry at 10:15. Okay, and quick exit at 10:25. I was out of the trade at 10:25. Within 10 minutes I made my profit and I closed my screen. That's it. You are done for rest of the day and you can continue working. If you see, yesterday we opened below the pivot point, and in the second candle itself it crossed above the pivot point, but it has not crossed the EMA line. So now as soon as it crosses the EMA line, I see the histogram is also, QQE mod histogram is also above the zero line. So I enter my trade maybe possibly here very near to my EMA 13 line. So EMA 13 line is at 368.75. even if you enter a little bit higher, 369. So you have the target. The first target was hit at 371, which is a $2 target on Microsoft calls. So this was a call setup. Okay, again above the pivot point, it should be above the pivot point, above the EMA line, close to the EMA line, and QQE mod should have green or blue histogram above the zero line. So these 3 conditions met in the morning session, go for a call. Okay, and try to enter your call when the stock is near the EMA line, 13 EMA line. Okay, this is for call condition. For put condition, the stock has dropped below the pivot point, which is the previous day calculation. Whatever, we don't need to know the formula, but if the stock has closed the candle, 5-minute candle, below the pivot point, the stock is below the 13 EMA, the histograms are forming red or blue below the zero line of the histogram QQE mod. Okay, all these 3 conditions met, enter into a put, and you can make profit in the morning. Let's see one more example here. So on 4th of December, that was on Monday, my first candle itself was quite below and it was making lower lows. Okay, so if you see, the candles were below, all 3 conditions were met. It's below the pivot point, it's below the 13 EMA. Okay, and it is so you can enter your trade here. If it is not moving, it is not giving a retracement at all, you may consider to enter, but keep a very small stop loss. For example, if I enter over here at 367.20 in a put, because all 3 conditions are satisfied for the put, but I am not quite close to the 13 EMA, still I can enter, but my stop loss is very small and it will be like the high of the day high, means the 10 minutes high, that is 369. I have entered at 367.35. okay, and this is my T1 at 364. okay, so which is quite of a worth. I kept a $2 stop loss and I have got a $3 profit, so which is good. If you wait for more targets, you have a 363.30, so which is even better. Okay, so this was for that day. Another one, if you see on 9:30 on the 1st of December, this is a good example here. We opened below the pivot point. Okay, we are staying continuously, we are staying below the pivot point. The conditions are met. In this particular candle at 9:45 a.m. the conditions are met. If I go slightly above, my entry is satisfied. It is close to the 13 EMA line, 376.22. okay, and all 3 conditions are met for a put. I am here, QQE mod histogram is red below the zero line. The stock is below the pivot point. the stock is below the 13 EMA and the stock is close to the 13 EMA. 13 EMA was 376.60. My entry is 376.30, which is quite good enough. If you enter your trade, your direct target without any stop, without any green candle is still here, and you get a target of 372, which is a $4 target. That's a huge amount of money if you enter put on the right time in the morning. Okay, so you can exit your put maybe around 10:35 or 10:40 when you get the first green candle. So that was a great amount of money you can do with this session. Again, here also, if you see below the pivot line, below the 13 EMA, okay, close to the 13 EMA, I enter my put at 378.81 and my target is 377.52. Just respect the target, whatever you get, exit if you want to wait more. If you have free contracts, you can wait more and you can print till 376.31. So this was example with Microsoft. Let's see Tesla. There are a lot of Tesla traders who love to trade Tesla. Okay, if we see, let's go with today. Today we opened above the pivot point, above the 13 EMA. Okay, but we have to give some time. We have to see if it can come and touch the 13 EMA. It broke the 13 EMA at 10:20 a.m. but it went back again to it at 10:35. So 10:35 is the right time to enter your call. Okay, the histograms are slightly blue and above the zero line. Okay, in QQE mod we are above the pivot point. We are maintaining above the pivot point. If you enter here, 243.14 is the price for your call entry, and you get an exit at 245.31, which is quite a good amount of money in the calls. And if you see the previous day, that is 5th of December, Tesla gives huge amount of money. See, it crossed the pivot point during the session, which is even better. The best part is if it crosses during the trading session. If it crosses, see here, during the trading session it crossed, and you take an entry here when it is touching the pivot point at 237. Okay, and you can print money a long way of $10 up to $9 to 246. So remember, see guys, 237 you entered the call, and you can take first target of 242, which is like $5, and another next target is 246, which is like $9. If you hold the call till that time, you can print huge amount of money on the calls on Tesla. That's why a lot of people like Tesla. Again, here if you see, it crossed during the session below it. I am below the 13 EMA, I am below the pivot point, and my histogram is red. If you see, my histogram is red, so all three conditions satisfied for the put. I will wait till it goes near the 13 EMA. I enter my put at 237.37 on Tesla, and I get a first target of 234.45058. 234.58 on puts, and my T2 target is 233.58, which is good amount of money on puts. Following this simple and very effective trading strategy. Okay, so thank you friends for watching. Just try this strategy on your paper trade for a couple of days and see if it works in the morning session. Maybe maybe first 45 minutes is not sufficient. You can go till 11 a.m. Up to maybe first 1.5 hours, first 90 minutes, you will surely get a trade, and you will just follow these three stocks: Microsoft, Tesla, and Apple. Any one of these three will definitely give you a trade, and a beneficiary trade means it will make profit for you. Okay. Okay, and don't get carried away with other things like market is bullish, so you have to go on call side only. Just trade what you see on the chart. Okay, if the thing is below the pivot point, there is no way you can go for calls. Try avoiding calls. Even if things are telling you, okay, go for calls, try avoiding it. If the thing is above if the stock is above the pivot point, try avoiding puts. Go in calls only. Okay, so this was all I wanted to present for you this video. Okay, if you like this content, do click like for this video, and if you have not subscribed yet, do subscribe my channel click the alert button to get any future alerts for the videos I post, for alerts for the future videos I post. Okay, thank you all for joining. Wish you a great trading session. Have lots of profit.